Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today for a collective energy reading. Let's get started and see where we will be guided to go today. Okay, let's see what messages we will be receiving today for our reflection. The Magician in Reverse. Okay, so Magician in Reverse starting our reading. That makes me feel like there's some inner doubts, some feelings of I can't instead of I can, some feelings of sort of doubting your abilities to make things happen. Let's frame it out that this is making me feel like you're not feeling confident in your abilities to make things happen, that you can't, that you're not able to make things happen today for some reason. The World card coming out in reverse next to the Magician in reverse. So it's interesting. This could be regarding something closing out. We've certainly been seeing a lot of cycles closing in these collective readings. Oh, there's the Eight of Cups in reverse as well. Okay, so those three cards taken together tell me that there's something that you may be emotionally attached to and you can't seem to change it. You can't seem to transmute it. You're not able to wrap it up or walk away. This is interesting, actually. You're sort of feeling like the Magician here, caught in the middle of something where you're so emotionally attached to it, you don't think you can walk away or close down the cycle at all. So walking away, changing it, or accepting it. Those are the three things that usually we have to face, right? When we come into a situation that's outside of our control and it doesn't feel good for whatever reason, you usually have three options. You can see if you can change the dynamic, see if you can accept the dynamic, or leave the dynamic entirely. And it's interesting. Change it, accept it, leave it. Which is it going to be? From looking at these cards, it looks like ending the cycle, so leaving, or sort of walking away from it. Both of those options I feel like are challenging you today. And sort of in the middle here, I feel like you're the Magician and you're wondering, how can I impact this situation? And you don't want to walk away or shut it down. So what are we going to do about it? Very interesting. Let's see what other messages we can have to help clarify this very interesting start to our reading. What's conscious? What's on the mind right now? Ooh, that fell over. Let's grab it. What's on the mind right now is Four of Pentacles in reverse. So that says to me you don't want to let go. This attachment is emotional and physical or material. You may feel a physical or a material and emotional attachment to this cycle, person, experience, relationship. It's going to be different depending on what resonates for you today, whatever's on your mind. But it seems like there's something that it's almost like you need to just let it have a natural conclusion. When I see that World card and the Magician in reverse, it almost tells me that there's nothing you can do about this. It is what it is for a reason that may be unknown to you right now, but it kind of feels like you need to surrender. This feels like a need to acknowledge that you have to surrender something. What's on the bottom of the deck? Six of Pentacles in reverse. So again, this is making you feel like it's a sacrifice. So something's going on that you're having a hard time letting go of, but there's nothing about it that, it doesn't appear that there's anything about it that you can do, or you've decided there's nothing you can do about it. And perhaps the only thing to do is to walk away, to let go, to work on the attachment. Feeling this attached to something may be in and of itself. The guidance you're getting is to release that attachment, that attachment is what's not serving you. What's at the root of this? the Judgment. So you may have received some news, you may have received an outcome, and it's not the outcome that you were hoping or expecting or maybe attached to. And so it's hard to reconcile all of this. You're not wanting to see this chapter end. You don't really want to walk away emotionally. You still feel very attached, and you're hanging on in a very much in a material way, in a sense of it almost feels like a part of you is attached to this. A part of your way of identifying yourself is attached to this. And as a result, you're feeling sort of like this magician in the reverse in the middle of the reading, where you're not sure how to or what to do. You've got all your tools on the table here, and you're just like, I don't know what to do about this. I don't think, from what I'm seeing, it doesn't feel like there is anything to do but walk away. There's the moon. Yeah. So you're feeling a lot of unseen energy. You're feeling a lot of unseen energy, and you're not sure what it's all bringing you to, like where it's taking you. Where is this leading towards? And there's a part of you, I think, that's resisting this cycle maybe closing. Even though you've heard the judgment, you've heard the outcome, you've received the final outcome, and it's almost like you're resisting that outcome and wanting to find a way to change it. But from these cards, I'm not seeing that you have any control over it. 3 of Wands in reverse. You're having a hard time imagining what this is going to look like moving forward, but maybe that's also part of it. Perhaps there's a part of you that needs to see this through as it has unfolded, because perhaps it's leading to something that you can't see right now. Unseen moon energy here. There could be something that you feel intuitively about this that's making you feel apprehensive about allowing this to come to a close, to conclude. But I don't feel like you have any control over this. I feel like this is out of your hands. This is probably involving other people or a situation that you can't control. There's the Chariot also in reverse. Yeah, you're fearing what the consequences or outcome will be, because you're very attached to this situation. Emotionally, you're very attached to it. But seeing the World card, that tells me this is wrapping up. This has served you already something. And now it's up to you to sit with it and figure out what was this experience teaching you? Queen of Rods. And how does this situation make you even more bold and confident in yourself? It may involve someone who's very bold and confident, or it may be that this situation was teaching you sort of the qualities of the Queen of Wands, and very confident, very charismatic, not afraid to be bold and to pursue her creative and inspired pursuits. The Queen of Rods is confident, very charismatic, very passionate, very driven and determined but also warm. And sort of has this constance in her energy. It's not a burst and it's over. She's able to maintain this beautiful energy as long as it's serving her. And so it's interesting to see her come out as the last card in your reading. This situation is either teaching you how to embody these qualities, or there is someone in this situation that has these qualities. But I can't help but think that perhaps seeing the Queen of Rods with the Magician in reverse, that kind of makes me think that this situation is teaching you to be bold and to be fearless and to pursue what lights you up, and to not feel like you can't allow things to end that don't serve you. The Four of Pentacles in reverse or upright always brings me to a place of holding something material or something like a sort of something that you identify with, and holding it so close that if someone tried to take it away from you, you know, and you would hang on to it even more. It's attachment. It's attachment. And honestly, attachment is the root of all of our suffering. I mean, when we get attached to things, it does create a level of dependency. So if circumstances change, we suffer from that attachment, right? Instead of being able to see things come and go energetically, we become very attached to things, and it becomes part of our identity, and we use a possessive pronoun even and say it's mine. That's mine, and it's interesting what that does, because it creates an attachment that when something concludes on it just comes to a natural conclusion, it can be very difficult to imagine a future without that attachment, right? Three of Wands here in reverse, Four of Pentacles, not wanting to let go, Eight of Cups, not wanting to walk away, Chariot in reverse, you're at a standstill here. The Chariot's not moving when it's in reverse, and you're sitting in a lower vibration, right? The will to keep going is low right now. It's making me wonder what you're hanging on to. And it's sort of bringing to mind a lot of things like, lots of different phrases, lots of different sayings, like, I can't think of them to say them properly, but the idea of like, if you love something, let it go. And if it's truly yours, it will fly back to you, right? But you can't keep things in this attached place forever, right? And I think that's just because everything's energy. So as we expand and contract and change and evolve and transform and whatever, we're drawn to different things, different people, different experiences. And, we sometimes have to go with that flow and trust that we can still love unconditionally without attachment. This is very interesting. There is something that needs to be released here. Something needs to be let go of. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Hope to see you again soon. Take care, my friends.